Hey, guys. All right, here we are. First day of 2024, January 1st, 2024. We are here with our New Year's Day Kundalini class. If you're watching this live, you're getting it here first. If you're watching this by video, welcome. So we have two New Year's classes in our community here. I posted to the Video Club library. We were live yesterday on New Year's Eve for our Sunday morning Vinyasa Flow, which was a New Year's Eve theme. That's now on the library if you are subscribing to the Vinyasa Flow classes. And now today we have our New Year's Eve Kundalini, or New Year's Day Kundalini. It all worked out very perfectly. Let's see. If anyone is interested, I have put a lot of time and energy into cultivating 2024 12-month prediction reports based on rising sign. So they're for purchase on my website under the astrology section. And it basically goes over month by month by month throughout the year of all the transits, all the retrogrades, what to expect energetically based on the constellations and all of those things. So you can put those dates in your calendar and be that much more prepared as you move into the new year. And also, we are more than halfway completed with our current 40-day meditation journey, working on the 8 limbs of yoga. And I got inspired last night after our class. I've already decided what we're going to be working on for our next 40-day journey beginning February 7th. We are going to be working with the theme called Be Like Water. And we'll be exploring the Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu. And the mantra we will be working with is the Sat Narayana mantra, which is celebrating the element of water. So the theme of the next 40-day journey is Be Like Water. And we're going to be working with the Tao Te Ching, which is it is the second most translated book in the world, second only to the Bible. And it is written almost like in prose or poetry, and it's basically words and wisdom to live by, gentle Taoist, going with the flow, living in alignment with the way. So that's what we'll be working with on our next 40-day journey. All sorts of fun stuff to look forward to. You can even read about it on my website. It's already posted in the 40-day courses section, because I was that productive on New Year's Eve last night. I was just home getting it done. So productive here for me, always in the Los Angeles area. I don't know why, it's that yoga vibe. It just always has me thinking of new ideas. Whereas when I was in Montana, I was just like, I think I'm going to go out for a hike. I think I'm going to go out for a sandwich. So back to productivity here in California. Let's get started. Thanks to, thanks to all of you guys. I know I have some visitors here from a 40-day meditation community. I know, obviously, we have people here from the yoga club community. And I just wanted to thank everybody for, participating in this community during 2023, supporting what it is that I do. It is my passion. I'm so happy that it brings benefit and joy to your life and my offerings. And just thank you for this collaborative support. You support me, I support you. And moving into 2024 with some new discoveries, with some new ideas, and to continue to stay connected and in love with yoga. Let's get started. All right. So I pulled 2 decks of cards today, and I'm not sure yet which one I'll pull from, but we have the Tao Wisdom cards for strategy, which, I think applying strategy to the new year might be nice. I might pull a card from each deck at the end of class today. And you can expect in our Dharma talk today the Vedic Numerology for 2024, the Vedic Astrology for 2024, and I will actually go over the chart of January 1st, 2024, 12 a.m. So just like a baby was born at that time, what is the kind of karmic outlook for that baby? But the baby just so happens to be 2024. So we're going to take a look at if 2024 were a person or an energy that we are yet to experience, what does that look like by way of examining the chart itself? Okay, let's rub our hands together. Stimulating 72,000 energy channels. I don't know if you noticed my t-shirt, but it does have cowboy boots on it. I have a lot of Montana themed items that I brought home that I love. This one being one of them. We tune in with our sacred invocational mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to the divine teacher within. We're calling on the inner wisdom, the inner guide, the inner teacher, guiding us through our practice, guiding us through our lives. And then we tune in with the Mangalacharan mantra, mantra of protection and surrender. Let's bring those thumbs into the sternum, shoulders down away from the ears. Shake out any tension, drop those shoulders down away from the ears and lift the spine. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Arangrename Jagarangurename Sat Gurename Sri Gurudevaname Arangrename Jagarangurename Sat Gurename Sri Gurudevaname Arangrename Jugarangrename Sat Gurename Sri Gurudevaname. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Suspend it. Keep your hands at the heart center. Let's just bless this practice. Let's bless ourselves in the beginning of the new year. Om Ganeshaya Namah. Om Ganeshaya Namah. Om Ganeshaya Namah. Om Suryaya Namah. Om Suryaya Namah. Om Suryaya Namah. Hare Ramakrishna. Hare Ramakrishna. Hare Ramakrishna. Om Jum Sa. Vyam Vyasadevaya Namah. Sajum Om. Om Jum Sa. Vyam Vyasadevaya Namah. Sajum Om. Om Jum Sa. Vyam Vyasadevaya Namah. Sajum Om. That's the mantras I chant before I do Vedic astrology readings. Those are the mantras of the lineage of my Vedic astrology lineage. And it is a blessing to help guide my wisdom, my connection to the lineage, to the teachings, to the cosmos. And so we begin. Here is the Vedic astrology and the Vedic numerology for 2024 as I see it. First of all, let's start with the Vedic numerology. So, and I'm going to give you a little self-education on how to, I did this last night in our 40-day meditation journey. I'm going to give you a little self-education on, like, I'm going to give you the number of, the Vedic number, Vedic numerology number of 2024, which is the number 8, right? This is a year of 8. But you can also calculate your own personal Vedic numerology number for 2024. So when you add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, you get 8. If you want to calculate your own personal number of Vedic numerology for 2024, you take that number 8 and you add it to the sum of your day of birth and your month of birth. So in my context, April, that's 0 plus 4 is 4, plus 1 plus 2 is 5, and then 6, 7. So my month and my day equate to the number 7. So then I add 7 to the number 8, which is the sum of 2024, and that comes to 15. And then I add 1 and 5. And so my personal number for the year 2024 is 6, even though the year 2024 is a number 8. So then you can research by Googling or whatever, Vedic numerology personal number of 6 for 2024, or whatever your number happens to be. So there's that. But let's just talk about the Vedic numerology of 2024 itself. And then you can self-educate on your own personal number and what's going to unfold for you personally. Now, the year of 8. 8 is a Saturnian number, and I'm not saying this to like be a downer, because Saturn in this context is not actually a negative thing. Yes, Saturn happens to be the most malefic planet in Vedic astrology because it's the most dense, because it's the most controlled, because it's the most structured, because it involves the most containment. But Saturn is also the energy through which all things come into existence in the material realm. If we did not have Saturn, we would not have the ability to manifest, right? Saturn is necessary because it provides the containment and the structure for manifestation. So keep that in mind. I first want to say the Vedic number of 8 for this year is very auspicious, even though Saturn is its governing planet. It facilitates the space for prosperity, our ability to manifest, our ability to cultivate financial and material success, growth, and personal development. Saturn in this context serves to be very positive because it allows things to come into existence in the material world. What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your ambitions? What are your motivations? Put them into writing. Verbalize them, right? Visualize them. This year is a great year for that. Okay, but because it is Saturn, it is also bringing challenges and obstacles. And these challenges and obstacles are kind of a byproduct of the auspicious prosperity and potential for manifestation that comes with this year. For example, we may be subject to greed and selfishness. We may be subject to relational complications, right? Complications in relationships. And this is going to speak to a lot of you that were on the 40-day journey last night when we were talking about our intentions for the new year. It can bring challenges and obstacles related to burnout from overdoing and from lack of balance. And we talked about this last night in our 40-day group. So many people were saying, I want to be more discerning about what I say yes to. I want to be more intentional about the things, how I create my calendar, the space that I leave for wellness, the space that I leave for reflection and intention, and just non-doing and bringing being into life. And so I think all of us are going to experience situations that are going to challenge us to put us back in that old rote behavior of overdoing, overcommitting, and we're going to burn out really quickly. So for those of you who this is reiterating what we talked about last night, remember your intention for balance, your intention to cultivate peace and sustainability, because that will be challenged this year. You will be called to defend that intention. Ganesha is going to be a perfect deity to support us in 2024. He aligns with the energy of Saturn. He aligns with the root chakra. He aligns with removing of obstacles and the blessing of new beginnings. The other thing that comes into alignment with this number 8 of the Vedic numerology and the energy of Saturn is karmic unfoldings. We will be very intimately experiencing in a quick return reaping what we've sown. How you deliver, how you act, what you put out in the universe, how you execute is how you will receive back in return. Are we delivering in truth? And if so, then we are receiving back in truth. If we are delivering in fear and in resistance and in grasping and in limitation and in competition and conflict, we will be receiving that back in return. So there's going to be an extreme quick return in mirroring the way we put out and what we return. Saturn is the deliverer of karma, among many other things. So Saturn asks for effort towards sustainable balance. If you put the effort towards sustainable balance, you will receive that back in return. Opportunities, space to create, all of that. Okay, so that's the Vedic numerology. Now let's talk a little bit about the Vedic astrology. So Saturn plays a huge role in the numerology, but you'll be happy to know that Jupiter plays a big role in Vedic astrology. Astrologically, Jupiter has a big impression here this year. Jupiter is in the sign of Aries currently. Jupiter just went direct on the 30th, right? It's been retrograde for a long time. Now it's just gone direct, and it's direct in the sign of Aries. Now Aries is ruled by Mars, and it's all about action and ambition and execution and intention. Jupiter is the high guiding wise teacher. So the two of those together both are friendly in signs, right? Jupiter and Mars do well together, and Aries is ruled by Mars. So there's a friendly relationship with Jupiter in the sign of Aries. This gives us strong motivation to evolve consciously and spiritually. Maybe we take a course, maybe we learn something new, maybe we put ourselves intentionally and maybe somewhat uncomfortably on the path toward growth. We're working with high ideals, high vibration, high integrity, honor for truth. Now, the beautiful thing about Jupiter in the sign of Mars right now is that Jupiter comes into what's called a parivartana. A parivartana is a very strong combination, almost more so than a conjunction. And a conjunction is when two planets are in a house together. A parivartana is what's called a sign exchange. So Jupiter is in Aries, so Jupiter is in Mars' house, and Mars is in Sagittarius. So Mars is in Jupiter's house. So what that does is that creates a very strong combination between Jupiter and Mars. Mars is action-oriented, it's regal, it's loyal, it's ambitious. Jupiter is taking that energy and bringing it into the high spiritual evolution, the high spiritual ideals. And so that's carrying us all the way up until May. Okay, this brings initiative, asks you to take action, asks you to take chances that are in alignment with your spiritual goals, chances that are in alignment with high order, divine spiritual guidance. Support, divine support has got our back, most specifically right now up until May. Fresh start, new chapter, new story. That's what Jupiter in Aries is all about. Mercury goes direct tomorrow on January 2nd, which is nice. This may facilitate some epiphanies about past events. Maybe we'll see more clearly about things that happened before and kind of be like, oh, I get it now. Okay, maybe it'll bring some resolve, bring some clarity. In May, on May 1st, Jupiter moves into Taurus. So Jupiter's currently in Aries. Jupiter then moves into Taurus, which is a Venetian sign. That brings Venus and Earth together. Venus and Earth is what Taurus is all about. Earth element, Venus, governing planet. This connects us to the land. It connects us to Earth. It connects us to animals. It also brings lessons with money, right? Maybe karmic lessons with money. Are you being frivolous with money? Are you making the same repetitive mistakes with money? Is there debt, right? A lot of this stuff, money lessons are going to come into play. But that could be on the negative side. Or on the positive side, you may fall into some level of inheritance. You may fall into some level of shared resources. Lessons about money are going to be strong, and depending on your chart, in your particular karmic circumstance in your chart, we will be able to see if you're interested, whether that will be on the more positive or negative side. And then when we see that, then we can adjust by remedy as needed. There will either be big growth or big loss. So we have the gift of kind of astrology to help us, and the remedies to help us renegotiate how that karma plays out. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before we move into our practice today is the actual chart for today. So I ran the chart for today, and January 1st, 2024 at 12 a.m. And that brings us into the rising sign of Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury's just about to go direct. Virgo is very analytical. Virgo is domestically oriented. It's focused on the home. It's focused on things related to one's home life or one's home country. Methodical, critical, right? And not necessarily in a bad way. It could be critical thinking. It could be forward planning. It could be compartmentalizing things. It could be involving like throwing out things you don't need and starting the new year off fresh, like cleaning the house, maybe some early spring cleaning. Ketu is in the first house, is in the rising sign, bringing spiritual release, detachment, letting go. What can we let go of that will benefit us spiritually, emotionally, energetically? What can we detach from that was hanging on us in 2023 that we don't want to bring into in 2024? The most impressive thing that I see about this chart is that Mars and the Sun are in the fourth house. Fourth house associates with things related to the homestead, related to happiness, related to mother. So that's setting a theme of maybe some evolutions occurring with regard to mother, mother's health, maybe, conflict with mother, resolving lifelong issues that pertain to the mother, whether your mother is still alive or not. It could be just personal evolution in relation to mother issues. You may, and I feel inclined toward this, towards shifting homestead or changing something up with regard to one's living situation in order to promote more happiness or promote the expression of your inner self more effectively. We have Mercury and Venus in the third house, which is giving great diplomacy and communication, right? So being much more thoughtful about how we make use of our words, the intentions we set, right? Saturn is in the sixth house, Jupiter is in the eighth house, creating these very strong pulls of containment and expansion in these two what are called Dushtana houses. Dushtana houses are considered kind of the heavier, more negative houses, but the reality is these are the houses that promote change. These are the houses that promote evolution. So Saturn is in the sixth, related to work ethic. We might have to put a little bit more work into what we're doing, a little bit more self-discipline to achieve the things we want in this year. Jupiter in the eighth house is creating a lot of opportunity for spiritual growth, spiritual transformation. On a collective level, I would say that a lot of people are going to start waking up, right? And we've been seeing it, but it's just going to be a lot much more interest in self-evolution, cultivation of spiritual identity. Yes? So that is 2024 in a nutshell. If you'd like to go into a deeper dive with your chart specifically, feel free to reach out to me for a reading, or if you would like to get that 2024 year-long prediction report, you know where to find that on my website under astrology. So let's start. Sufi circles. Let's move into this Kriya. This is the Kriya for new beginnings today. It's going to be, as you can imagine, very vivacious. We're going to have a lot of energy moving. We're going to be doing some breath. There's going to be some stretch pose in there, but all for good purpose. We want to clean house and open up the energy field for this new beginning. Here we go.
Battery 100%.
Think of vitality. Think of effervescence. This is what the energy of Jupiter, spiritual effervescence. This is what Jupiter in Aries brings to the mix. And feel free, starting tomorrow, sign those contracts, make those commitments. Mercury goes direct. And maybe wait a day. Maybe wait till the 3rd or the 4th. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. grounding the lowest energy center. If you think about sometimes what the pelvic bone looks like, it almost looks like the head of an elephant. The wide ears. Let's connect to the energy of Ganesha, the supporter of new beginnings, the remover of obstacles, and the supporter of the Kundalini energy at the base of the spine. 4 more in this direction. 1. Hold center. It feels so good to be teaching back in this space. This is my home space. This is where it feels perfectly in alignment to be teaching and holding class. This is my cozy space. Inhale and exhale. So Employing breath of fire, this rhythmic pumping of the diaphragm. Breath moves in through the nose on equal measure, equal on the inhale, equal on the exhale. It's kind of like the rhythmic, sustainable chugging of a choo-choo train, right? And then the arms come up in a very directed fashion, 60 degrees, plug those shoulders down and away, fingers pull into the palms, and thumbs direct toward one another. All right, eyes up at third eye center, activating this opening in the sixth chakra, and also directing the energy to rise up from the base of the spine. As it's said in always, where your eyes go, your energy goes, right? Where your focus. So as we bring our focus up to the high centers of awareness, high intuitive centers, that's where our energy gets directed. Here we go. Breath of fire. Starting slow. Keep that neck long, chin to chest, shoulder blades down the back. Maybe a soft smile on your face. Speak it for a minute longer. Excuse me. Last 10 seconds. Now take a full inhale, suspend. Root lock, third eye, open to the chest, direct the energy up to the third eye. Feel as if you're charging the field around your body, charging it. Join the thumb tips to touch, reach the fingers to the sky. And then slowly reach the hands down, slowly through the energy field of the body. over the thumbs. Let's cross the arms over the chest. Pull the elbows back. Lift them up over the back of the head. So we have cross, back. Wait, what am I doing? Cross, over, back, cross, back. Over, back, cross, back. Just felt off. I don't know why, but now it feels right. Okay, close those eyes. And we're going to employ a gentle rhythmic breath of fire as we activate the electromagnetic field around the heart and around the head, or the arc line of the head and the heart. Yes? Here we go. Close the eyes. Root lock, third eye. It can be a slower breath of fire like you're hearing me do, or a little quicker and more rhythmic. Just opening up the energy of the heart chakra, throat, third eye, crown. We're activating those high centers now that the low triangle is quite grounded, stabilized. Next, we move into some navel stimulation to bring courage, willingness, and empowered sovereign identity into 2024. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Now take those arms and reach them up over the arc line. Suspend the breath. Lock, third eye. Pause for a moment. Notice yourself in presence, energetically, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Connect to something or someone you are grateful for. Set a beautiful vision for yourself for 2024. Gently blink the eyes open. Let's come laying down onto the back. So we're going to step into the realm of the Dantian right now, that navel point energy, which is where so much of our strength for forward movement, ambition, action, intention comes from. Right? It's not just ideas, it's what energy we have to implement those ideas into action, and that's third chakra. Let's come laying down onto the back. Now, stretch pose is one of the kind of love-hate relationship kriyas we have in Kundalini Yoga. Laying down onto the back. Now, if you already know that you have a tender low back, you can slide the hands under the low back for support. It's all ground the soles of the feet. Let's lift the head up off the ground. If you don't need that low back support, come on, get out of the way. If you don't need that low back support, let's reach those hands forward. One leg at a time, extends, thighs engage, inner thighs engage, navel engages. Low back presses to the mat. We gaze at the toes, and we begin a powerful breath of fire. Pump that belly. Don't be too rigid, right? We want the energy to move, be engaged, but do not be too rigid. Now inhale, suspend. Exhale, relax and release, hands on the belly. Beautiful sounds of Simrit, my favorite some cross crawling. This is some bilateral stimulation, right and left hemisphere, masculine, feminine energy, and also navel point stimulation. So let's take that left arm, reach it up over the back of the head. I gotta wiggle down a little bit. Okay, we're gonna take the right knee up. And then as I switch, my left knee comes up and my right arm goes overhead. My left hand comes down. So we're cross crawling. Inhaling and exhaling. Go at your own pace. This is strengthening the nervous system, strengthening the navel point energy, balancing out left and right hemisphere, masculine, feminine energy. So good, so wonderful. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands wrap around the shins, nose to knee, tuck into a tight little ball, suspend the breath. Exhale. Hands come under the hinges of the knees. Let's rock ourselves up seated. Just a little bit of rocking back and forth. And on your last rock up, crossing over the shins, let's come over onto tabletop. And we come down. Last part of this Kriya. Onto Cobra. Hands are under the shoulders, tops of the feet pressed to the mat. I'll show a modification if that's needed. If people have tender low backs, I'll first show you the full expression of the posture. Hands are under shoulders, elbows are bent, shoulders down away from the ears. Let those hips relax. Lifted through the chest. From here we begin a breath of fire. If you want something more conservative, come down onto the forearms into Sphinx pose. You still have the lifted chest, but it's a little less pressure on the low back and on the shoulders and elbows. Okay. Let's pick our poison, and let's get into it. Ready? Breath of fire, eyes closed, drawn up to the third eye, pump that belly. Inviting that energy up into heart, throat, third eye. Can you be in a space of relaxation, non-gripping? Let go of rigidity. Allow the energy to move freely. Bathroom muscles, third eye. Take a full inhale, suspend. Root lock, third eye. And as you exhale, child's pose. Knees come out wide. Hips sink back to the heels. Reach the arms forward. It's a nice counter pose for the low back. Rounding your third eye to the earth. Hands in up-seated cross-leg position, and let's get ready to chant our Ganesha Mantra, supporting the new beginnings of 2024 and endeavoring toward releasing any obstacles that may get in the way. Hands in Gyan Mudra. And since Jupiter and Saturn have such a strong impact, we can take the thumb on the Jupiter and Saturn finger. Thumb touches both index and middle, or Jupiter and Saturn finger. Ring and pinky fingers stay extended. Connecting to the balance between contraction and expansion. Yes. Bring us into a state of sustainable balance, prosperity, abundance, and ambitious growth, the level of spirit and connection to the divine this year. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam
Namaha.
One more round.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Now take a full breath and suspend.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Exhale.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Gently relax. Come down onto your backs.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Feet and thighs turn out naturally.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Allowing stillness, allowing non-doing, allowing whatever needs to rise, allowing whatever needs to be let go of, to be let go of. So let everything settle into the ground, let the earth be your support. And let the ether be your medicine. Gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Draw your knees into your chest. As I mentioned, I wanted to pull a card from 2 different decks today. Today's a special day. We've got to open ourselves up to all the divination tools that the universe speak to us through its material tools. So let's pull first from the Taoist strategy deck. What type of strategy is helpful to employ during this 2024? Let's see. Wow, the first one just made itself very, very clear. It says, change your lifestyle. This is going to resonate with many of you who expressed your intentions last night. Nurture your body through communication with nature and strengthen your spirit with laughter. Engage in mindful exercises like Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga. Address discomfort before it's too late. Modify your diet. Okay, so that's the strategy for 2024. Pretty much in alignment with a lot of the intentions that the community has been talking about. And now, opportunity for invitation to awaken, the awakenings deck. I love Taoist teachings, they're so clean. It nurtures my practical side. I don't get too woo-woo that often. There's a good balance between woo-woo and practical with me. Taoism facilitates that. Let's see. Okay, the card for inner wisdom and the Chinese element of wood. You have the key to the solution. Things may look complicated and out of reach, but subconsciously you know what you have to do. Don't allow fear to impede you. Meditate on your question and reflect on your life experiences and lessons to find the answers. Basically, don't seek outside of yourself. Inner wisdom, friends. Let's bring our hands to the heart center. And I think we will express through verbal, through intention, through word tonight. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Let's close out with 3 long rounds of Sat Nam, declaring truth is our identity, and Hare Ramakrishna, supporting the 3 main luminaries, the sun, the moon, and the planet Jupiter. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose to begin. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Suspend it. Folded hands come to third eye. Blessing that you'll be guided by intuition. Have the wisdom and the courage to follow it. Exhale, bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. If you'd like me to send you pictures of these cards, I'm very happy to do it. And what's today? Today is Monday. So Tuesday morning, we will be getting together for live stream Vinyasa Flow at 7 a.m. Pacific, if anyone wants to join. Back again on Wednesday for our 40-day community. Thursday for morning Kundalini, and then Sunday for Flow. And in the video, thank you, video friends, and live folks, I'd love to hear how you felt today in class. Stick around.